So today was the last day of the first week of the January intensive therapy program, and we spent a lot of the day practicing different stuttering modification strategies. Now, stuttering modification strategies are to help people stutter a bit more easily, with more ease and more forward flow. And I was observing Rose practicing pull-outs earlier, which she can explain to you in a moment, and she had shared some information about what she appreciated about them, and I asked her to join for a blog post and share about that a little bit, as well as her overall feelings of stuttering modification strategies. So Rose, why don't you start by sharing what a pull-out is and what you were sharing with me earlier about how it changes your speech.
Okay, when I first started practicing the pull-outs, you actually get a chance to notice how much, I guess, force you have when you're actually blocking, and when you actually release it and how you feel. It just feels so different, and your blocks aren't so severe, and your stuttering is not as hard as it's normal.
And just review, if you can, what we do with a pull-out, what the objective is, or what we're specifically doing.
To reduce the tension, I guess, when, for example, if you're blocking and you're going, and then you make it I don't know if that's the right definition.
Well, yeah, you're blocking. Look, what's a word that could start with a sound like that? You can go ahead and show
like
it.
Bottom. Instead of going and trying to force it out, you just sort of bottom, and just the tension just is from 8 or 9 to nothing, and it actually really helps a lot.
Yeah.
I came in when I first started on Monday. Most of my stuttering is blocking, and it's very tiring, and it's very debilitating almost, because you're just trying to force everything out. And it's hard, and these methods that we have gone over and practiced, some of which I really need more of, but they really do help it turn into a clean stutter, which is not as difficult as the regular stuttering, which a stutterer does so many other things to try to avoid that stutter, and it makes it so much worse.
One of the other skills that we learned is called a light contact, or some might call it prolongation. What have been your thoughts on that strategy of starting a word out with zero tension?
That actually has helped a lot more than I would have thought. It really makes it a smoother transition, and I don't know if it's because you're focusing on learning how to do it in a way. For example, like a P is not a P, it's a P, because your articulators aren't really I guess touching or meeting, and there's a certain space there that prevents it from really blocking, and it helps a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people find that focus on articulators, whether we're doing prolongations, whether it's a pull-out like that, or a self-correction where we go back and correct, people find that can be very helpful in allowing them to keep forward flow of their speech without having to push out using tension. So yeah, thanks for spending some time talking about stuttering modification tools today.